Okay. All right. How's it going? All right, we have a new setup, so we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully it goes smoothly. Okay. Let me check, make sure we're live. Looks like we are. Okay. Hey, Neil. Hey, Gato. How's it going? All right. So I have the sets back here. And can you hear me? I guess I should also make sure sound is all good. Can you hear me okay? Let me know. Okay. Maybe? Maybe not? Yep. Brick Kingdom says yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. We're good. So yeah, I have the sets back here. I don't know if I'm going to do the gift with purchase, but I'm at least going to do or start the Shire. We'll see how long it takes. And I have some multiple camera angles that I'm playing out with, if I can figure it out. Okay, this is all totally new to me, so this might be rough. We'll see. So I have desk cam, and then I can also switch it if I want. So this is like brand new stuff, so we'll see how this goes. But all right, LOTR bricks, how's it going? You hear me? Okay, awesome. Okay, I gotta like get all this so I can see the chat too, because I cannot very well. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna catch up on these messages. A lot of times, since you don't watch Lord of the Rings, I should really do it when I end TCW. I don't know what TCW is. I probably should. It's probably really obvious, but I don't. Sorry. New to the channel, but love your videos. Thank you. There will be more mock videos coming, and other videos hopefully soon as well. I do it a lot of times, but when I was a kid, like, okay, it's talking about whatever TCW is that I don't. Oh, is that the Clone Wars? Is that what that is? I know Clone Wars. I just didn't recognize TCW. Okay. What's my name and where am I from? My name is Vance, and I'm from a great country called the United States of America. I'm in the Midwest. The Clone Wars, pretty great so far. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm good. I know Clone Wars. I just didn't I didn't recognize TCW. I guess I'm not up to date with all of the lingo for Star Wars or the fandoms in general. I know LOTR. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and pull up the box. Okay. And we'll cut it open. Okay. What do we think? Is this going to be paper bags or plastic bags? I have yet to have received any Lego sets that had paper bags in them. It's all been plastic. Yeah, plastic. So we'll see. We'll see what this is. What are your guesses? What are your guesses in the chat? So the big draw to this set is obviously the minifigures. The set is pretty cool overall. Obviously, there's some things that people have been talking a lot about with the tree, and honestly both trees. And I think it would have been nice to maybe have gotten a little bit more like foliage and actually actual plant pieces. Do a poll. Yeah, okay, this is new to me. I don't know how this stuff works. I should do a poll. Start a poll. All right, here we go. Will it be? All right. We'll try that. There's a pull. Okay. So, yeah, it would have been nice to get some like actual foliage pieces because there just isn't much. It's all green, which is fine, as you would expect, but I don't know, just some more foliage would have been nice, in my opinion. But we'll see. The canvas parts are pretty neat looking, especially the Happy Birthday Bilbo sign. That's pretty cool. Minifigures are really good. Everyone says it's small, so we'll see what we think when we open it and put it together. I'm glad they've been doing some of the more like meme parts of sets. So with like Merry and Pippin, they have their burnt faces and hair pieces. That's really nice. And then in Rivendell, they gave Boromir the meme face with the one does not simply walk into Mordor meme. So that's pretty cool. They included some of those memes. And in the Barad-dûr set, they even included the brand new molds for Frodo and Sam with their like orc helmets. So I was amazed that they did that. Made a whole new mold just for that. Unfortunately, they didn't do the correct prints or the correct torsos for Frodo and Sam in that set, but I've talked about that a lot, and everyone probably knows how I feel. Anyway, okay, where are we at on this poll? %71% say paper. Really? Hey, George, how's it going? Still on the fence for the price. Yeah, we're about to see how we feel about this price point for the set. I mean, it's probably not good, but I had decided that pretty much no matter the price, I was planning on getting it, just because it's Lord of the Rings. And I know that's probably not good because that's what LEGO wants, but I don't know. It's hard to know what would be the price point that, like, where it becomes an issue. I don't know. Like, what would be the part per piece ratio? I don't know what that is. All right, it looks like majority is saying paper, if I'm looking at this correctly. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see here. How do I want to open this? Do I want to keep the nice side closed or the this side closed? Probably keep the nice side closed, I guess. Okay. Yeah, desk view will be handy for building. That, yeah, I agree. We're gonna try this out. I hope it works. It should work pretty good, I think, but it's an experiment. Okay. All right. So we're thinking paper bags, right? That's what the poll is saying. I've never seen a paper bag, so if it is, I'll be surprised. Here we go. All right. I'm going to end the poll. All right. So 63% say paper. Okay. Here we go. Let's open this thing up. Ah, it is plastic. Oh my goodness. There's a lot in here, and it doesn't fit on my desk. Okay. There we go. Oh, I should probably switch this so you can actually see a little bit more. It's kind of zoomed in. So we got plastic. So we have the canvas parts and everything. I guess are just in this, and I think Gandalf's cape is in there too. Oh, wow, that looks interesting in person. Dark orange horse. It looks so weird in person. I don't know if I've ever seen a horse that color. I'm sure it's come in other sets. I don't think I've seen one in that color before, so it looks strange to me. Interesting they just put some of these plates in here. They're not even that big, so I don't really know why they did that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and toss all of the bags that we don't need. We've got the firework wings in here. All right, these. Bag 12, 8. Oh. Bag 2, we're gonna need that soon. Bag 3. 14, 15, 11. Okay. My cat is exploring the bags back there right now. And chewing on it, it sounds like. The Lionites Castle has that horse color. Okay, well, I don't have that set. I would love that set, but I prioritize Lord of the Rings sets. Okay, my cat. No, that's not for you to... That's not your toy. Alright, here's the cat. Now I'll get cat hair all over my Shire build. Okay. This build took you 4 hours. Oh boy. Yeah, if it takes a long time, I just won't finish it all on stream. I'll have to do 2 streams for it, which is okay. More time to hang out with you guys. Setup had all plastic bags except for the bag for the instructions and cloth parts. Yeah, so looks like that's the same thing here. This is a little bit crushed. You see that? It's crushed. Hopefully the instructions aren't damaged. Oh, stickers. All right. Ooh, pretty tiny little sticker sheet. That's nice. Okay. And yeah, they look pretty good. Okay. Oh. Oh, this one's tiny. So does it say which one I start with? I think this one. Yeah. This is always fun, seeing the stuff that they write about. Yeah, this is cool. I understand the different languages, but from an aesthetic standpoint, I kind of wish they only had one language on there. And then, like, I don't know, they just sent the versions that had the other languages to the countries where that's the majority language or something. But I get it. I understand. It just kind of looks funny when you have the same thing 3 times everywhere. But that's literally just a minor issue, an aesthetic standpoint. So it kind of has the whole story of like everything, or I guess everything you can do with the build. And then how to use a brick separator. Very important. Okay. All right, cool. So let's figure out where I'm gonna put these instructions. And then see if I can see past the mic to see what I'm building. Can you hear me okay if the mic is even a little bit further? Okay, here we go, bag 1. Pacey, Lion Knight's Castle, I'm assuming. Again, I'm so bad with these acronyms. Is a great set, but I really want Rivendell. Yeah, honestly, I would choose Rivendell over the castle, even though the castle looks really cool. But Rivendell comes with all those minifigures, the full Fellowship, and it's an amazing set. And okay, I know I'm delaying, but I think the reason why Rivendell is so good is because, as the designers have admitted, they went all out because they thought that was the only time they were going to get to do a Lord of the Rings set. And so they went all out. They included the full Fellowship and just an amazing build. A big price point, you know, but again, that they thought this was the last time they would get to do it. And then it performed so well, so they've done more since then. But that's why, in my opinion, Barad-dûr and the Shire have not been as good or up to the same level that Rivendell was, because it had a totally different intention from their standpoint. Just my opinion, but for what that's worth. Okay. You actually like the castle slightly more. Hey, that's fair. Everyone has their own opinion. So, yeah, definitely do what you want. But I mean, I could have gotten either. I chose to get Rivendell because I like Lord of the Rings, and that's my thing. Don't just on Barad-dûr. Barad-dûr is a great set. It's a great set. It came with Sauron. It came with all the orcs, Gothmog for the first time. A lot of characters that we should have gotten sooner, but I just think Rivendell is, I don't know, I think Rivendell is probably my favorite set. All right. Here we go. All right. We got the torso for Frodo. Very cool. You know, I didn't really think about lighting. Let me see if there's something I can set this light somewhere. I don't know if it's going to help at all, but whatever. We'll try it. Okay. So we got Frodo, Gandalf. It's always nice when they include the hairpiece, but what would be amazing is if they would do a new mold. This wizard hat is like 20 or 30 years old. Probably like 30 years old. This mold is that old, and they're still using it. In Harry Potter, we're getting all sorts of crazy hair combo, like single mold pieces. Why can't we get that for Gandalf? Wouldn't that be great? Like if there's a part that had his hat with his hair, I think that would be very cool. All right, where did I put the cape? Okay, I'm just ripping this. I don't want to rip it. Ugh. Boy, they made this difficult. I'm one of those like perfectionists with my Lord of the Rings stuff. I like to keep it. Oh my goodness. I like to keep it nice, but looks like that's not going to be the case with this. I just want the cape. We'll look at the other stuff later. Okay. Yeah, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I keep, I mean, obviously keep the boxes for like the very, very special sets. I get rid of boxes otherwise, but I keep them for the special things. But even with like my Lord of the Rings stuff, I even keep like these canvas things too. And I just keep it in the box, so it's not taking more space, but I don't know why. These things are just special to me. So, all right. Come on. No double-sided face for Gandalf, but I guess that makes sense because he has a hat that exposes the back of his head, but he wouldn't if they would just create a new mold for him. Oh, I need his beard. What am I doing? Where's his beard? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is going to take me like 10 hours if I go at this rate. Oh no. Okay. Very nice. We have Gandalf. And our brick separator and our horse. Frodo's turn. This is cool. I think that's a new color of dual molded legs. The blue and flesh color. Whatever the technical name is for that. And this amazing new face print for Elijah Wood as Frodo. That's really cool. You keep all the Lord of the Rings boxes and put the plastic bags in the box. Yep, same. It doesn't take up more space, so it's not getting in the way. It's just kind of ridiculous, but I do it, so. All right, cart time. All right, how many of you, I'll do a poll. How many of you got this set? Oh my goodness, typing is difficult. All right. Okay. Yeah, if you saw my video, I was there on day one, actually, about 4 hours too early before it opened. Just to get the set. If you haven't seen the video, well, there's a video for you to go watch. A lot of speculation was that the gift with purchase would be this cart. And I didn't really think it made sense for it to be the cart because you can't really have the Shire set without a Gandalf minifigure. And then if this was the gift with purchase, then you would get 2 Gandalf minifigures when you buy the set, which didn't really seem like something they would do to me. You know, maybe they would, but it just didn't seem like something I would expect from them. I was actually thinking it would be a Hobbit-themed, like, young version of Bilbo, so that you could have, you know, because that would pair well with the bag end set. You could have young Bilbo you know, with his Hobbit hole and replace the old Bilbo if you really wanted the Hobbit version. But it may also make sense what they did, because I mean, it's very, yeah, I don't know what other time we would have gotten Smeagol and Deagle in Lego. I don't think we ever would get that as a Lego set. So it's kind of nice to get something that we would never get any other time. Although technically, I don't think they're considered hobbits. I think they're like hobbit adjacent, but they're not like actual hobbits. Just some other breed of halfling, or some similar kind of halfling. Kind of like in the Rings of Power, they call those Harfoots, although they're basically just hobbits. But I think it's something similar with Smeagol and Deagle. I could be wrong, but I thought there was something like that in the book. But it's been a little while since I've read the books. It's a cool little cart build. Although these things stick out pretty far, or like pretty tall, I feel like. Alright, it looks like most people are saying they did not get the set. So I'm the crazy one. Actually, I already know that's true. Alright, we got Frodo's little legs. And Gandalf's sitting assembly. Oh, I should have grabbed something to put all the extra pieces in. I don't really have anything in here. Alright, some fireworks. I always kind of struggle when there's loose parts of a build that like don't attach anything or have any compartment. Kind of like these fireworks. I mean, I understand like what else would you do, but now whenever I'm moving it, I'm probably going to be losing these. A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives exactly when he means to. Gandalf the Grey. Alright, extra pieces. Interesting they gave me an extra staff for Gandalf. Huh. Unless, yeah, no. Seems to be an extra. Okay, let me, let's see here. I need something to put. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a little bowl, and be like right back. If I can figure this out. Okay, we're back, and I have something to put extra pieces in. for now. And so, yeah, we have all these just little extra things that I'm going to have to figure out what to do with. All right, bag 2. Set these off to the side. I guess I can attach to the horse. Okay. That's a cool little cart. Yeah, these pieces stick up really, really far, but overall, it looks good. Okay. Bag 2. Hey Mark, how's it going? Happy to be building the set. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you in here. Yeah, I'm definitely very happy to be building this set. I wasn't able to build it sooner just because I had a convention that I was at for the last several days. But I had a free day, or a free afternoon, so I can do it now. Wish there were some $20 to $40 Lord of the Rings sets. Yeah, same. That would be amazing. I don't know if we're ever going to get that. Even though the Hunt for Gollum movie is coming out, it's still 2 years away. Keeps getting delayed, so I don't know what's happening with that. And then even if they do some sets for that, which is not even likely. I'm being so negative. Even if they do, though, they'll probably just do... I could see them just doing a set or two from that movie and not revisiting Lord of the Rings or Hobbit. Which I know is not what we want, but we'll see. Keeping our fingers crossed, definitely. Sorry to say, but for $270, this set is incredibly bad. Yeah, there's definitely some issues with it. Now, obviously, I haven't built it yet, so we'll see what my thoughts are once that's happened. But yeah, for the price, definitely would have wished not only to get a little bit more pieces, but to get some just better details with the tree, especially. The tree that has become infamous because everyone hates it. It is pretty sad that what could have been such a fun release really got stained because naturally everyone's focusing on what it should have been instead of what it is, which is, fair. But I'm not upset with the people who are upset at it. I'm upset with LEGO for not making a better product. Raise the volume. Maybe I need to talk into it a little bit closer because the volume is actually maxed out. Okay. I'll try to talk into it a little bit closer. But I don't think I can raise volume specifically. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to talk into the mic a little bit closer. Thanks for the heads up. Like I said, this is new to me. I have not streamed with this setup before. All right. I started a Rings of Power MOC Just last night. So that's something new. I have not done any from Rings of Power, but I've been meaning to for a while. So we'll see. This might be the first of many. If you look at images of the cart from the movie, the front posts do stick out higher than the back posts. Okay. Thought it looked weird initially as well. Okay, so it's movie accurate, which is, hey, that's all we can ask for. If they're making a movie accurate thing, I'm happy. Honestly, I'm just happy to get Lord of the Rings sets in general. We could be not getting any Lord of the Rings sets. They could have never made Rivendell. They could have never made Barad-dûr. And I would be very sad. Oh, I messed this up. So I am thankful that we are getting any Lord of the Rings stuff. Though, yes, I think we should have gotten a little bit of a better product for the price they're asking for this set. You gonna get it soon? Nice. This set, I assume, is what you're talking about? Brick Kingdom? What's your opinion regarding the minifigs? I miss more prints on it for me, Max. Regarding the minifigs. In this set, I mean, from what I know, I like the minifigures on this set, but we'll see once I get more of them in hand. I've only opened the Frodo and Gandalf so far. Hey, Theo. Finally got Rivendell. Congrats. Ah, that's what Brick Kingdom is talking about. Rivendell. Okay. Yeah, Rivendell's a great set. If you can only get one of the 3 new Lord of the Rings sets, I would recommend Rivendell. That may not be everyone's favorite, but that's my favorite. And it's probably going to be the one retiring first because it's been out the longest. So get it while you can. I do kind of wish that they had made Bag End a little taller and had a little bit more dimension to the front steps, because, I mean, those steps are supposed to be like actually you're going up a hill. But from the pictures, it seems kind of flat. Hey, Kristen. How's it going? I'm at the worst part of the mock building stage where I have to use my brick remover to take a ton of tiles. Oh, yeah. Not fun when you're having to move tiles. A bunch of them. Love my Rivendell shorts. Thank you. That's what I would get, but the price is a hard pill to swallow, Rivendell. Yeah. Yeah, your fingers are about to break. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely helps when you have like something soft. If you're putting tiles down, have a soft pad or something to push on. Otherwise, you're pushing into something hard and that hurts. And yeah, the price of Rivendell is substantial. Very substantial. So, I understand. This is interesting the way they're doing these steps. When I push down hard, the whole desk is shaking. Lord of the Theories, how's it going? Alright, looks like we're getting close to fence building time. The boomerangs for the fence is definitely one of the more creative part usages that people have been talking about for this set. I'm all for a good creative part usage. Okay, wait, these are all no. Ah, forgot this. This is really an extra piece? Don't think I missed it. So I guess so. Last Con Studios, how's it going? This channel has grown so much in the last few months. Keep up the great content, bro. Thank you. Yeah, it has been growing quicker than I expected. I really tried to keep everything low effort because if I get stuck doing like super highly produced videos, and then some printed carpet pieces or rugs. Yeah, so if I get too produced, then it'll be harder to keep up with. So honestly, this is just kind of a casual thing I do for fun, and I didn't want to, I don't know, devote so much effort to, you know, these highly produced videos just because, I don't know, I don't have the time for it, and I don't want to get kind of locked into that, if that makes any sense. Got Rivendell for a great deal, around $240 secondhand, but fully complete with box. Yeah, with box, fully complete. I understand used, but that's 50% off, so that's really good, assuming the quality is good. You always got to be on the lookout for some of those crazy good deals. You never know when you'll find something like that. It is always pretty satisfying putting together like an actual Lego set because it's always so sturdy. Whereas when I'm building my own stuff, it's pretty much never sturdy or structurally sound. Please do not buy this set. Sorry, Turtle. Too late. For me. I get all of the issues that you know, the community is upset about. I get it, you know, it makes sense, and I honestly agree with a lot of it. But I'm not going to tell someone what they should and shouldn't buy. If it's something they want and if it's worth it to them, you know, that's okay. Some things are just more special to some people, and other things are more special to other people, you know, so. But I understand, you know, we want to send a message to LEGO that this is not okay for them to charge this price point, and, you know, I understand that. Rivendell's better. Yep. I think Rivendell is my favorite. Not just Lord of the Rings set, but set in general. You say that as you're building your own sturdy creation. Hey, nice. Yeah, mine are not. I guess some of mine are, but the one I'm currently working on from the Rings of Power is not sturdy at all. Who knows? I might be able to make it a little stronger. These printed tiles are pretty cool. Alright, it's tiling time, it looks like. Double bricks, how's it going? We are on bag 3 of the Shire set. Oh, okay, I was looking for the wrong piece. It looks pearl gold in the instructions, but it's actually transparent orange. These printed tiles are actually pretty cool. That's pretty neat. You're making a background for your next stop motion movie. Nice. Well, and that's even more surprising that it's sturdy, because I feel like, no, I guess stop motion you do need it to be pretty sturdy if you're like moving figures and stuff, but you need the background to stay put. Yeah, that needs to be pretty sturdy. That's pretty cool though. I have the only stop motions I've done were when I was really young, and they were awful. I do not really know how to do stop motion very well. I just know these print pieces are going to get all scratched up, and the print is going to get worn. At least on so many people, other people's versions. Mine is probably just going to sit on a shelf and never get touched. It's annoying because pretty much all of my MOC parts are from 2008 Star Wars sets, and after building Rivendell, wish I had more updated parts, especially for trees. Yeah. Oh man, I actually very much can relate to that. Pretty much all my like usable pieces are from old sets, and all my brown stuff is brittle, so it's just constantly falling apart. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I definitely, yeah, and then building Rivendell just showed me how many new parts there are in brown and good tree building colors. So it definitely would be nice to get some parts that are not just going to crumble when you look at them. Is that a cat in the window? Yes, this is my cat. Hey UFO Bricks, how's it going? Are you monetized yet? Yeah, I got monetized when I hit 1,000 subscribers. To get monetized, you have to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. A lot of videos would say to help you get the 4,000 watch hours to live stream. But I did not really take their advice. I didn't do that much. I did it like once or twice. It honestly didn't give me very many hours of watch time, but that might work for some people. Okay. Pick a brick wall is my only hope. Yep. Yep, but man, the amount of actually useful pieces that they put on there seems pretty limited. It's gotten a little bit better here recently, but I also think that, I don't know, they have to please so many different, I should end this poll. They have to please so many different kinds of builders. Like, some people build cities. Well, actually, a lot of people build cities. A lot of people don't. And so they have to put parts up there that are, versatile. Good for everyone. So we're not always going to get parts that we like. But, pretty much everyone needs to build trees. So it'd be nice to get some more tree parts. And, they've been nice to us recently with the foliage. And, yeah, I guess all the new foliage parts have been pretty cool. Now we just got to get some good, like, brown slopes for tree building. What's the cat's name? The cat's name is Yumi. I think it's Japanese for something. I don't remember what. Just start animating and learning DaVinci Resolve. Nice. Very nice. I have heard a lot about DaVinci Resolve, but have never used it. Good luck with that. I hear it's definitely the go-to video editing software. Had $50 in points, so yes, I bought this set. Yeah, I had enough points to cover the majority of the set, which I definitely took advantage of. Try saying Tyler's tiling time 10 times fast. Tyler's tiling time, Tyler's tiling time, Tyler's tiling time. I don't know if I should be doing this. This might be dangerous. I've just finished building a mock of the Prancing Pony, close to 700 pieces, as I've only built the main building with an open layout in the back for easy interior access. You'd love to see me try. Well, that's awesome that you did it. Some point in the future, chances are I will try a Prancing Pony mock. But I'll be honest, I really struggle with structures. I can do landscapes, I can do terrain, I can do even like kind of broken ruins and stuff. But a full-on house with a roof, roofs are intimidating to me. I don't know how to do roofs. I will have to practice some techniques, but that's awesome that you have done that. Now we're adding these larger tiled or printed tiles. Let's see, how long have I been going for? Wow, I've already been going for an hour. Goodness. It goes quickly. Sir Darian, how's it going? Frisian Bricker. Let me know how to say your name, because I think I always say it wrong. Yumi from League of Legends. Actually, no, but It's spelled with one M and not two M's. The cat's name. I have all my old brown and dark red pieces in retirement. By that, I mean I put them in a bag or bin and forget about them. That's smart, honestly, because now when I've mixed my new brown pieces with my old ones, sometimes I don't know which ones are safe and which ones aren't. And so I'll just have pieces shattering. Not fun. That's actually smart to separate all the old from the new. But I also kind of feel like it's too late for me to do that because a lot of my parts have been mixed already. I guess a good way to test it is to just go and stress test it and try breaking them. I was building one of my old ARC 170s, and some of the 4x6 plates that had like the tile in the middle, modified plates, shattered. And I don't think those came in very many sets. I think it only came in a few sets, and that part is discontinued in that color. So that's sad. I mean, of course I could get it on Bricklink, but I don't even remember how expensive it was. It probably wasn't like crazy expensive, but just not fun. And then, you know, if I'm ordering one, what if those ones are also, you know, gonna break too? The whole brittle brown stuff is really, really kind of sad. I reached out to them to see if they could send me new parts because they broke, but because it's discontinued, obviously they couldn't. Usually they're pretty good though with sending you replacements, but if it's discontinued, there's not much they can do. You have enough stats to get monetized, but it only has the information from April 5th. If you just got monetized, then yeah, it'll take a little bit. It's not backwards compatible. Like, you won't get paid for those 4,000 hours that you needed to get monetized, if that makes sense. You're only going to be monetized moving forward. Frisian Bricker. Frisian Bricker. Is that right? Frisian Bricker. Okay, I will try to remember that. Time to re-release the content like Taylor Swift. Yeah, all of the content from before you were monetized. I wonder if people actually do that. I don't know. It's not worth the effort for me. Plus, most people aren't going to watch something like if it's old content. Or like if the... I mean, a lot of people have probably already seen it. So just to re-release something, I don't know. It's probably, for the amount of benefit, probably wouldn't really be worth the effort. I mean, I know you're joking, but okay. Are these new? these window pieces. Probably not. Surely some other sets would have needed round windows. Pretty cool though. They're perfect for this. Got a little clock here. Tiny little printed clock. First ever round windows. Really? Do you have many Lego Castle style sets like the Lion Knight's Castle or Viking Village? I actually don't have either of those sets. I would love to have both of those sets, especially the Viking Village. I really want that one. That one, I can't. Has that one already retired, or is it retiring soon? That is one I really would like to get, and that's a great part for piece ratio. Like one of the best they've ever done. Who did the minifigure? Who did get the minifigure factory Lord of the Rings torsos? Frisian Bricker. Okay, I should try to remember how to say that. I did not. I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? They're cool, but what am I ever going to use it for? They are very cool, though. It would be cool to have those. Just wasn't a priority for me. Yeah, the Viking Village set. I really would like to get that one. Even if I use it and ending up parting it and using it as like a parts pack, it would be great for Rohan, Edoras, all that stuff. But it's a very cool set just on its own. Wow, these windows are deep. Do you want us to call you Earth Bricks, or is that just channel name? My name is Vance, so you can call me Vance. That's fine. Or Earth Bricks. I don't care. My voice is getting tired from talking. I think it's still out. I have it, and it looks great alongside Rivendell. It's kind of cool because it's like icy and snowy, right? The Viking Village retires in December. Don't necessarily have to get the whole Viking Village set, as you probably already have a ton of the parts already. Recommend just getting the printed parts on PAB before they retire. Yeah? It's some good advice there. But because it's a good part for piece ratio, it probably is still a good deal to get the set versus like just using all the parts separately, or like getting all the parts on their own. Wait a second, I think I'm messing this up here. It's running till 22nd of April. Oh, the Is that the Lord of the Rings minifigure torsos? I didn't know it was still going. Maybe I will have to look at that. Compared to Star Wars sets, the ratio is crazy. The part to piece ratio, I assume. I'm actually curious. Is the average part to piece ratio for a Star Wars set better or worse than the part for piece ratio on this set? Because I think this set is pretty bad, but I think it's probably still similar or better to Star Wars. I think this had the record for the worst part to piece or part for price ratio for the icons line, I think. Oh, that's pretty cool. This is pretty satisfying how this like lines up in here. It's actually really satisfying. Here it says, the small round windows of Bag End are the first LEGO window elements to feature circular openings. So there you go. There's a question answered. If they put those on the PAB store online, then I'll have to get a bunch of them for Hobbit holes. Same with the printed tiles. If they put those printed tiles on Bricks and Pieces, I am absolutely going to have to get some of those. All right, how long have we been going for? 73 minutes. Hour, 14 minutes. Okay. All right, and this looks like this is where the door attachment is going to be. We hope you're enjoying your building journey so far. Smiley face. All right, wow. Again, a decent amount of extra pieces. And it looks like we get an extra one of these printed clock pieces. Ooh. And we get some of these little wooden printed pieces. It's kind of nice. Alright, I am running out of space already. I have to move some of this stuff around. Sir Darian, going to bed. 11 p.m. for you. Have a nice day. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you get some good rest. This last weekend, I was at Brick Days in Omaha. So I brought all my MOCs there, all the ones that I had built to display, and that was really fun. Very good experience, just hanging out with all the other MOC builders and getting to meet people from other lugs. I only recently joined the local lug. Lug stands for LEGO User Group, for those of you who are not aware. So I only just recently joined it, and it's actually been really cool because I have always just kind of done this by myself. Just built on my own, didn't really know anyone who had the same interest or hobby that I did. So to find a community of people who, you know, also build MOCs and like Lego has just been really cool. Really, really cool. I'm very thankful for it. If you happen to be near a lug, I recommend trying it out. You know, it may not be the right fit, but it is absolutely worth a try. Here's what the front is looking like. And the inside. Editing a Lego stop motion video right now. Very nice. A lot of frames, right? Man, that always blows my mind how much work it feels like goes into those. I just don't feel like I have the patience to do something like that. I'm very impressed by people who do, so good job. A lot of people only build MOCs for like conventions and taking them to display, but I've always just built for myself. Long before I had ever taken anything to a convention. My first convention was this last November. And this one I just did this last weekend was my second one. So I'm brand new to the whole convention scene, but I really enjoy them quite a bit. I'm working on a video for the Brick Days convention that I just did. Just kind of like a vlog of what happened and what I did, what it looked like. But I think it's going to be kind of a longer video, so it's taken me some time to put together. It was a 4-day thing for me, for the displayers. So there was a lot of content to kind of sift through and cut down. So that's been taking some time. My general video release schedule is Wednesday and Saturday. But I did not upload. Today's Thursday, yeah. I did not upload yesterday. Just because I haven't had much time to put a video together since the convention. But again, I don't really stress like the YouTube channel. I want it to be fun, and if it's not fun for me, I feel like it's not fun for anyone watching the videos. The closest lug is 5 hours from you. Yeah, that's hard. I just recently moved, but before I moved, I was in the same boat. I was 3 hours away from the closest lug before I moved. Brick Fair, Virginia, last August was your first convention. Hope to display there again this August. Yeah, that would be awesome. I hope you get to too. That would be very cool to go out to that sometime. I would definitely like to do that. We'll just have to see how stuff does. You know, if the channel grows and it starts making more sense to like actually travel, then maybe I'll do that. That one is pretty far from me, so for now, I don't know. I don't know when I'd be able to do that. It looks like we're doing our first sticker. There we go. Not perfectly centered, but not bad. It's a cool sticker. Definitely feels very Tolkien-like. The pain of stickers. Yeah. It's nice that they at least gave us a good amount of prints. Actually, it seems like there's a bunch of prints. All the rugs, all of the like rounded brickwork pieces. Thankful for that, but would have been nice if they had just made everything a print. That would have been nice. Man, my throat is like giving out. I feel like when I talk or do streams, my throat and voice always leave me. Or start to leave me. Do you guys have any fun weekend plans with the upcoming weekend? First convention will be Brick Slopes, Colorado. You're so excited. Won't be displaying anything, but happy to embrace the community. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, you don't have to display. It's fun to just go. Very fun. I always like those conventions. It's fun to see what people build and bring and how creative people can be. I think this is going to be my longest stream. I think it already is my longest stream. Alright, we have completed the circle for the door. Alright, if LEGO continues making these big Lord of the Rings sets every year, I guess two things. What do we want them to do? And what do we think they'll do next year? A few weeks ago, you went to your first convention with your Helm's Deep MOC in Holland. Nice. That thing looked big. It was probably difficult to transport. Did you have any issues with that? Transporting MOCs is difficult. I think more people need to talk about that. Yeah, so what are you looking forward to, or what do you think they'll do, and what do you hope they'll do, Lord of the Rings wise? You'd like to see some Rings of Power sets. It's over 20,000 pieces. I transferred in 10 big pieces on Mills plates. Wow, 20,000 pieces for that MOC. That's a lot. Mills plates definitely helps. I'm sure with that though. Yeah, Rings of Power sets. That would be really cool. And you know, they're aware. they're aware of the Rings of Power because they mention it on their website. Literally, it says, like, at least it did on the Lord of the Rings like theme page on shop.lego.com. It mentions the Amazon show Rings of Power. So they know. They're aware. It would be really cool to get some sets from that, though. All right, we're doing the door. Got some black Indiana Jones whips. Whoa. My stomach is going crazy. I need some dinner. I should always eat before streams, but I never seem to do that. We got the little microphone piece for the handle. I'm surprised they decided to go with dark green for the door instead of normal green. I understand you want it to like stand out from the build, but I don't know. It just doesn't quite look like the right color to me. Hopefully LEGO will give us Lord of the Rings battle packs. Yeah, that would be amazing. They kind of did the one with the Uruk-hai army set that came with the Rohan. It came with a Rohan soldier and Éomer, I think, and then like 3 Uruk-hai. That was a good battle pack. It would be nice if they did more things like that. Did I watch Rings of Power Season 2? I have. I have watched all of both seasons. Okay. There we go. There's the door. This is kind of a nice little detail. It's like the little decorative hinges or whatever on the back. I like it. For some reason, I thought the door was going to be thicker than this, but it's not too bad. Kind of gets caught. There we go. Huh. Yeah, the door gets stuck when you try to open it. I think for the price point, we should have gotten a better door. But anyway, that is what it's looking like. Door opens all the way. Pretty cool. All right, time for a new bag. Bag 5 looks like we got some flowers and the boomerangs. Should be a good bag. Castle battle packs in general would be nice. Yeah, I agree with that. Anything medieval, fantasy, I'm all for battle packs of that kind of stuff. It had 4 Urukai. So that set was $30 and had 6 minifigures. That's really good. And it had a horse. Yeah, that's really, really good. Second season of Rings of Power is awesome with Sauron. Yeah, I enjoyed that, how they did Sauron. Now, I guess I can't really talk about spoilers. Has everyone seen Rings of Power Season 2 that cares if I do talk about spoilers? They likely won't, but I wish LEGO would put the orc parts from Barad-dûr set on the pab. Oh man, that would be awesome. Can you imagine getting orc armies with those pieces? That would be so nice. I feel like even of the old Lord of the Rings sets, the orcs are, like, you wouldn't think they would be that expensive, but they're some of the most expensive minifigures, I feel like. And to make it worse, it's all brown and dark brown. So they're very fragile. Got some pumpkins, all these boomerangs, sunflowers, some swords. This is a fun bag. Let me see what it looks like if I turn this light on. Oh, yeah, that's better. A little bit more light. I wonder if there's a way that I could attach this. Does this help the lighting? I know I'm shaking everything, but I think it's a little bit better. Let me see. Although you can see it. Maybe I'll try to hide that better. I'll put it on the other side. I'm clamping it to my phone, which is my camera up here. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably about as good as it's going to get for now. They likely won't, but I wish LEGO... Oh, I already read that. Yeah. Would love to make more orcs for cheaper than the Bricklink prices. Yeah, those orcs are so crazy expensive. Try buying the Urukai with dark brown and dark red parts. It's horrible. Yeah, those things probably explode. Yeah, because it's all... I mean, they have red, dark red heads and arms, and then dark brown torso and legs. Yeah, those things are dangerous. I would like to see a set of Edoras or the Golden Hall. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm really after sets that introduce new characters. That's the most important thing for me. So like Barad-dûr was great because we got a Sauron minifigure, which is great for mock building. I like using the actual like official LEGO minifigures for mocks, just because usually they're the best quality, and I don't know. So the more minifigures I have, the more potential and opportunities I feel like I have for mock making. So any set for like a future Lord of the Rings set, any set that gives me new minifigures or new characters is great. And Rivendell didn't really have very many new characters. It was mostly new like versions of characters they had already made. Like we already had Boromir, we already had the whole Fellowship, we already had an Elrond. But I'm interested in like Faramir, Eowyn, the Witch King. Some of those characters would be nice. I want the elves of Lothlorien for the Battle of Helm's Deep. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Man, imagine getting an elf battle pack with those molded headpieces. That would be awesome. That'd be so cool. I know people would buy so many of these if they made them. So, I don't really know the reason they don't. I guess, I mean, obviously Lord of the Rings isn't like as popular as Lego Star Wars or anything. But there's a lot of desire for it. And I think they know that. Oh, this is interesting. They're using these parts to go over the doorway. Now, for people who like using lighting kits, there is the perfect spot for a light. Alright, I'm going to have to be done around 5:30 Central Time. It's 5 o'clock right now, so 30 or so more minutes. Man, that's a lot of really small pieces for all this foliage. Happy building. Thanks, Jedi Bricks. Haldir's elves. Yeah, that'd be so cool to get their outfit. Got some green Wolverine claws here. Subscriber of yours, Jedi Bricks. Oh yeah. Yeah, go subscribe to Jedi Bricks if you aren't already. He makes great Lord of the Rings content. And, you know, he uploads so much. I don't even know how he does it. It's amazing. Yeah, go check him out and subscribe if you are not yet. Man, I am hungry. I need some food. That's what I'm doing as soon as I am done streaming. I'm grabbing some food. This is pretty satisfying how the shaping is kind of all coming together here on the top. Hatter is my favorite character. Nice. I feel like that's not one I hear that often. He's a great character, but favorite. That's pretty cool. That's unique. Can't wait to see the new Balrog versus Gandalf set. Ooh, this is cool. I don't know if I have a chest in this color. I might. I don't know. Oh, and we have the mithril. Has this come in all 3 sets? This sticker? I know it's in Rivendell, and I think it was in Barad-dûr. They've started a whole new trend. And now, if they ever release a set without it, people are going to complain. A little fork and spoon in there for the Sackville Bagginses to steal. Okay. Let's see here. Now we're working on some cabinet or something, I guess. LEGO needs to make battle packs of every factions. Goblins, Orcs, Uruk-hai, Elves of Mirkwood, Lothlorien and Rivendell, Dwarves, Rohan, and Gondor. I agree. I think we need battle packs of every single one of those. Now, if LEGO was to only make, like, let's say, 2 of those, which ones would be the most important, do you think, for them to make? Have you made LEGO MOCs of any scenes from Rings of Power? I'm working on a Rings of Power MOC right now. So video should hopefully be coming for that soon. But also, I'm going to try posting even more on my Instagram. So if you aren't already following me on Instagram, go do that. It's EarthBricksYT on Instagram. So I have posted some sneak peeks already and some work in progress pictures on there. Yeah, I post more like behind the scenes stuff on Instagram and TikTok. So if you aren't already following me on those, and if you want updates or behind the scenes stuff, then go follow me on those. I wish Lord of the Rings got as much love and sets as Star Wars did. You and me both. There's just so much material for Star Wars, though, because they just keep making more shows and movies and books, and I don't know. There's just always more coming out with that, so it stays relevant. Whereas Lord of the Rings, it's big, but it's not. It doesn't have as much new stuff coming out as frequently. That being said, Rings of Power has helped definitely bring some more attention to it. would be Elves of Lothlorien, Orcs, and Gondor. Yeah. Elves of Lothlorien is pretty cool. Pretty cool idea. Yeah, Orcs and Gondor. Orcs is definitely up there because orcs are just the bad guy for everyone. So, like, you're always going to need orcs. But I think Gondor is probably, yeah, the next one that I would want. I just don't think they would ever do elves, but elves would be so cool. Jedi Bricks, thank you. I appreciate that. Means a lot. You know, the nice thing with them using these little, I think, pen pieces for the candles is not only, obviously, does it look like dripping wax, but they're smaller than the, like, candle piece. The candle piece is kind of huge if you've ever, like, really thought about it. It's really big. So this actually looks nice because it feels a little bit more proportional to an actual minifigure. Because this is only, you know, a bar width. It's this width, so a minifigure can hold it. But the candle piece isn't. It's thicker. And I just think it's a little too thick for candles. There's an umbrella. What's this? Is this a reference to something? This umbrella? Does anyone know? I don't know if that's a reference to something. Why it's included in this set. It's probably obvious and I'm just not thinking of it, but the quality of some Star Wars figures are getting worse. Hopefully they won't do it with Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Yeah, thankfully I have actually been very happy with Lord of the Rings. I mean, there's a minifigure here or there that maybe, you know, could be better. But the quality I've been happy with. So I hope they stay that way. It's always sad when quality of minifigures or of anything used to be better and then it goes backwards. Yeah, here's the candle piece. It's just thick compared to, you know, the bar. I don't know. Just looks massive next to a minifigure. Oh. There's what we're looking like. Oh, we got some of these new plant pieces. These like cabbage looking things. Those are pretty cool. I would like to have more of those. Pabwell? That'd be nice. Alright, it's boomerang time. Yasnig from The Hobbit is the worst LEGO Lord of the Rings and Hobbit minifigure. Is that the orc that came in the tree warg set? If I know who you're talking about, then I agree. That's a terrible minifigure. He's got like the spiky shoulder thing. There's no printing on his legs. He has barely any printing, I think, on his torso. Yeah, not a great minifigure for sure. This boomerang wall is pretty cool in the pictures. So let's see how it actually is. IRL here. Okay, so they recolored it. Instructions say it's recolored for this set, so that's cool. They better put this on the website now, because a lot of people are going to be wanting this. Wanting a bunch of them. They're probably going to be super expensive if they do put them on the website. We're going to start seeing a bunch of MOCs showing up with this technique. I mean, it's a good technique. It's pretty cool. So, nothing wrong with that. You're off to bed. Enjoy your build. Keep up the good work. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you can get some good rest. Okay. That's pretty cool. I'm going to dump all this stuff out again. Yeah, that fence it does look good. That's satisfying. I'm not super impressed with how this cobblestone area looks in the front. Yeah, I don't love how that looks. But it's not terrible. Not terrible. Oh, pumpkins. I like that they added a little garden here in the front. So you can get those fresh vegetables and fruit. Pumpkins are a fruit, technically, because they have seeds. Or I guess they're a gourd. Or gourds are fruit, right? It doesn't seem like it would be, but I think it is. I think gourds are. Matt's Bricks, how's it going? It's going good here. We are on bag number 5 of the Shire. Oh, we're doing the mailbox now. Oh, that's kind of clever how they put this in there. It's nice and sturdy. Alright, Sticker number 2. Oh, number 3, I guess. Sticker number 3. No admittance except on party business. Alright, that looks pretty good. That would have been nice to get a print of, but I understand. Kind of feels like this doesn't really fit. It feels like it should be one stud over so it lines up better here. Oh, that would have been so much better if it was just one stud over, but it's here, so there's a gap. But one stud over would have been so much better. Some nice flowers for the flower pot in the front. Okay, and now we're going to work on the bench, I think. Give them somewhere to sit out front. It's a nice little, tiny little bench build. All right, sunflowers and other flowers now, looks like. Got some lavender. Maybe? This is a little confusing. How they have these flowers in the instructions. Matt's Bricks says, oh, we're both streaming this set at the same time. Hey, nice. That's awesome. How far did you get? Did you finish the whole thing? There's no way this thing is 4 stems tall. Oh my goodness, this is really confusing. Is it that tall? Huh, I guess so. All right. Sunflowers? Sunflowers. Okay, cool. Ah, the new piece. That'll be useful for something. You're on bag 13. Nice. What's happening in bag 13? Are all the minifigures put together yet? Okay, wow, a lot of extra pieces in this one. We get an extra fork, spoon, and sword. Okay. So here's what the front is looking like. Tent build. And still 3 figs to go. Okay. Nice. Yeah, so here's what it's looking like. The front, we have these lavender flowers over here. We got some flowers in a pot back there. Got the bench. Got his cabbage and pumpkins and sunflowers. And the little sign, no admittance except on party business. And on the inside, we have the mithril, the utensils, and some gold in there. I don't know. I think the gold is just because Bilbo got a bunch of gold from the trolls, maybe? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've read the books. I need to read them again. This cabinet over here where we can hang a cloak, and this tiny little fireplace area on the inside there. And then we got the connections. And the printed rug, of course. Okay, well, I think that is where it's 5:30 for me. I think that's where I'm going to end this off. So, thank you guys for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for giving up some of your time to hang with me. This little section is looking nice so far. There's been a lot that has gone into this little chunk, and I think there's 2 more, like another chunk on each side, plus all the little Bilbo's 111th party things. So that'll be cool. Oh, and we did the cart too. So only 2 minifigures for the first 5 bags. But let's see. And there's none in the 6th bag. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll try to stream some more of this building process, but I don't know when that'll happen. So that's gonna do it though. Thanks for hanging out. Matt. Not sure who else is here still, but take care. You caught me right at the end of it, Matt. All right.